Clouds opened up and there stood Jesus. Clouds opened up and there stood Jesus. Saints of old were with him there. You could hear praising everywhere. Clouds opened up and there stood Jesus. Graves burst open everywhere. Graves burst open everywhere. Saints went flying through the air. You can hear shouting everywhere. Clouds open up and there stood Jesus. Then I felt myself begin to change. I felt myself begin to change. And on a robe as white as snow, I didn't have a spot, I was ready to go. Clouds open up and there stood Jesus. I saw the gates of pearl swing open wide. My mom and my dad were just inside. Not one heartache, not one tear. I didn't hear praying anywhere. Clouds open up and there stood Jesus. I saw the river of life so cool and free. Saw the river of life so cool and free. There sat God upon his throne. I surely was glad I made it home. Clouds open up and there stood Jesus. Clouds open up and there stood Jesus. Clouds open up and there stood Jesus. Saints of old were with him there. You can hear praising everywhere. Clouds open up and there stood Jesus. There stood Jesus.